Hello, Wellington Jaguars. This is Miss Foster with Level 3 of the first ever Wellington Lower School Jaguar Origami Festival. Today we are going to make a more complicated body for the same Jaguar head from Level 1. You're going to need a Jaguar head from Level 1 and another piece of paper that is the same size, is congruent. Hello, Wellington Jaguars. This is Miss Foster with Level 3 of the Wellington Lower School Jaguar Origami Festival. Today we're going to need one of those heads that you made in Level 1 and another piece of origami paper that is congruent, same size, same shape as the paper you used for the head. So let's get folding. So here's my paper that is congruent with the paper for my Jaguar head. It has some spots on it and I want that to be on the outside. So I'm going to turn this over and have the colored side that I want to be showing down on the paper, on the table. Then I'm going to start off the way I did with the head by folding my paper in half the triangle way. Congruent angles, the right angles meet up, corners to corners. Edges will be adjacent and parallel. When I made this paper, I did it by folding a piece of paper in half. So I've already got the first fold in there. But remember, we want to go over all of your creases at least 3 times to make them nice and sharp. Now, this new body we're making, it's facing forward and it might be a little more stable standing up. We have to do a lot of pre-folding right here. So we're going to unfold that. And I'm going to you don't have to do this part, but I'm going to trace over that center line. Many students have been learning about geometry in the month of May, and this right here, that center fold we just made, that's going to be a line of symmetry, so that what's on one side of that line will be the mirror image of what's on the other side, or we could even call it the flipped image, like that. So the next thing we're going to do is fold up a kite in both directions. We're going to take this edge here and bring it over so it is adjacent and parallel to the fold in the center. That's going to mean that down at this end it will be very pointy. And with me, I'm even going to fold my paper to make sure I got to the right place. Yep, there it is. Really check, get it all in the right place. Hold it down. Press one finger to your crease and another to your crease, all the way to the end and back, all the way to the end and back. And I'm going to go over this crease a couple of times. Now, because this is a line of symmetry, I need to do the same to the second side as I did to the first. If you do it to one side, you gotta do it to the other. So let me get it all lined up. And notice, I don't know if you can see, but right here, I can use this as another landmark to know that I'm being symmetrical and precise. That both of these triangles will be parallel to each other. So, getting that all down, going over my crease. So a kite shape is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of equal sides that are adjacent to each other. You can see that my long sides are adjacent down here and my short sides are adjacent up here. Now we folded it this way just to help you see what's going on. I'm going to trace this line here. You don't have to do this, to show you that that's where my original kite was. Now I'm going to go in the opposite direction. And that means I'm going to be covering up this fold as I bring this line parallel and adjacent to my line of symmetry. Want it nice and pointy down here, all snuggled in there. Am I getting it right? Making little adjustments is a good idea. Here we are. And remember, we're working on symmetry here. This center fold is my line of symmetry, so if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. Here I go. Once again, getting this all lined up, pointy down here at the bottom, right into the line of symmetry, making these two meet together. There we go. And I'm going to rework my creases a couple of times to get them sharp and clear. Okay. There is one last fold now. We're going to fold this line of symmetry in half, bringing the corner at one end to the corner at the other, folding in half the opposite way like a triangle. And the reason we are doing that is because the next move is to fold in two little corners on the sides. So you might see that this is one kite, this is the other kite, and we're going to be using these points out here. We're just going to fold them in about a centimeter, about as much as your pinky finger. And we want the right corner to land on that crease we just made. That keeps it all symmetrical. Now it's pretty tricky to get it perfectly symmetrical, but we need to do this side. So, well, if I close it like this, I could fold this over and it would be about symmetrical. Maybe that's a good strategy. Just make sure that whatever you do, the point of this goes right on that crease we just made. These two folded in points, these are going to be the kitten's front paw, the jaguar's front paw. Now we're going to fold it back into a triangle in both directions, which means here's the original triangle. But now I'm coming back over here and I'm going to bring this edge too. And when that happens, do you see how that goes up? Watch again. Here's the crease I'm using right here. I'm coming underneath and refolding it on our crease. No new creases there. This is the one we did before we folded the whole thing in half again. So I'm just going to keep pushing it from underneath and I'm going to let it open up right there. That's okay. When I close this down, no new creases, I'm going to bring the two sides of that little dog-eared little point together, and then I'm going to put them down like that. Wait, Miss Foster, I didn't see that. It's okay. I'm going to do it all again. So here I folded it into a kite, and it does not matter which way you do it. It'll work both ways. I've got this one folded in like a kite. I'm going to do this side, get my finger under, and using the crease I already made, push that down. That will make this part stand up. I'm going to bring it together. I've got a nice crease right here, and then just lay it down. Wow! Now, of course, if I've done it to one side, I have to do it to the other because we still have a central line of symmetry. So this is the kite side I already pushed down. I'm going to get my finger under here, and here's the fold. I'm going to ease it up like this. Now, right now, this part is fighting me a little bit, so I might get my fingers in there and try to help it because it's a pretty weird thing we're asking it to do, isn't it? Again, this is the other kite line. I'm just going to push this up and down. And coming in from those acute angles, bring this central line together. And I want the paws to be going in the same direction, like that. Hope that you can see it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, the points are pointing, the feet, these are the little front paws, the part they're pointing to is the tail. I want the tail to be folded backwards like this, back away from the points, but I want it to be right about where those points are poking up. So I've decided to turn this over and fold it back. Can you see the little points in there, those little front paws that we made? I'm going to carefully bend it there, but notice I have not creased yet. I can still see those little front points, but this still will have a central line of symmetry. So I want this pointy part to line up with that fold on the back here. So let's see, the pointy part is here. I'm not creasing yet. I'm going to ease it around, check that you're symmetrical at the point, check that you can just see those little points sticking out, and now I can make this crease and go over it again and again. Very nice. When I stand this up now, this is my new little jaguar body. And it sits on its tail. It has these cute little front paws out in front. Maybe I want to ease them out a little bit. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Maybe I don't want my jaguar's head to be way up there. Although, you know what? Well, golly, he looks nice and friendly, doesn't he? Maybe that's exactly where I wanted it. If you wanted it to be shorter down, you could fold this over. But I'm not going to. I think this looks good to me. Again, I'm going to open up my jaguar head. Here's the nose. And remember we folded that other point in there? and just put it down so that this point, this neck, goes right up in there. And there is my standing jaguar. I could tilt his head. I could have it going straight on. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. And if I look at him back here, he's kind of resting on his tail. So here's our adorable jaguar. He faces front. He has his tail in the back. He has his cute little front paws. You could decide to glue the head onto the body if that made you happy. You could decide to add some more spots, do a little bit of coloring, and you might decide that you want to make a whole bunch of these, and I think you should. I mean, just think of all the amazing vocabulary we worked on. I also chose this one because I believe it will help us with level 4, which is so hard that I still need to practice. It's a really tricky one. Lots of squashing folds or reverse folds or pocket folds. Oh my goodness. I just think this guy's adorable. I just do. Now, if you make more than one of these and you are willing, I would love it if you would consider dropping one off for me so that I can make a beautiful art project with many of your jaguars. The color, the size, that doesn't matter. I would love it, however, maybe if we put a little glue to keep the head and the body together, that would help me. And I would love it if you would put your name and your class from this school year on the back. That way I can give you credit as the artist who added to our beautiful and adorable jaguar art. Hey guys, thanks for folding with me. I have so much fun folding origami with you. Bye-bye for now.